G and John, G and J.
G and J.
The first thing is we're talking about the tents. That tent's not even close to being resolved yet. So hopefully those tents will still be in our possession come this summer. But through the trustees, they're not even in that ballpark yet. They're not even close to settling that issue.
Yeah, because we heard a rumor that the tent was gone.
No, there's one tent that's gone. There's one, the small one's gone.
Okay.
Gone.
I said the
The
large
big
one
one-
was gone.
no.
It's communication.
No, the large one we still have in our control.
Is there any chance even if it does get gone, of holding it until the festival?
That's why I leave them. No, I'm not going to say anything about the public. Yes, from what I understand through the trustee process in Grand Thornton, and Daniel was on, I don't think that can, and he's on the Development Authority board now, thanks to me. You can thank me anytime. Is that process is so far lagging for that thing that I think we should be all right. Now, don't string me up on that tent yet, but that was discussed today. So if there's anything else,
The only other concern I have is what we talked about at our meeting, because the Mariner Center is doing drum that weekend too.
Yeah.
The same weekend we're doing
Yeah.
our festival, so we're working with them. Is we borrowed an electrical panel from them for our festival.
Cables too.
Yeah. so
maybe the deputy mayor could talk to his buddy Mr. Messenger, see if we can find something.
Why, you mean you're gonna be using the one that's...
Well, we borrowed the panel last year
Yes.
from the Mariner Center, and because the Mariner Center is having drum, they may be using it themselves. So we need to have a power outlet large enough to house everybody for warming up food and everything, because we've got a food inspector that's going to be.
Oh,
on
yeah.
You want to talk to Mr. Messenger on that point?
I can, but, so they are gonna use the one...
We don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
I'm not sure. It was cables, I think. That was what we were last year, cables.
And a panel.
And a panel,
And a
yes,
panel.
it was.
Yeah, so that's what we're worried about, because we got the tent up in the air, and now we've got the panel up in the air.
So basically what you're looking for is a cable and a panel.
Yes.
And
Cable panel.
I've talked to Ansel already, booked in for the time, so. he
Okay,
knows.
good. Okay.
He
Well, he didn't, I'll tell you, I talked to him this morning, and he didn't quite understand what you were talking about, so now...
We go through the same thing with them every single year. There is nothing any different each year. It's the same exact process.
Well, it might be the same exact process, but the thing of it is, he wants to make sure that everybody doesn't get, you know what I mean, hooked up proper and everything. Yeah, and he's a good man, he knows his shit.
Yeah.
We're just being a little bit more cautious this year because we had a very difficult time with the food inspector last year.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
want to really do our best here to make sure that hopefully they're not there. But I mean,
You never know.
if they are, that we abide by everything properly, which we thought we did.
And you want one.
Yeah, like we want to make sure because when the food inspector was there last year, it was unfortunate they were giving out citations in front of the public.
I can say it.
So it would made it extremely difficult, and public awareness wasn't. It shouldn't have been done publicly.
No.
What's the story on the night before, the wine?
Wine tasting, we're doing a wine tour, so we'll be contacting the local businesses that are going to be able to house something like that. So we are putting that together. So that's going to be on the 8th, and the 9th is going to be the actual entertainment, and the 10th will be the actual international food. So
Okay.
with
So
the
what?
local entertainment. So that's our request is pretty much the same. I think we put in for how much? 3,000.
$3,000. And assistance in kind. Logistical help this year is going to be
Yeah.
important.
I know the conversations we had today with the Financial Oversight Committee of the Industrial Commission. I know Mr. Whiting has put in for students to help with the tents, facilitate the tents, put them up this year. So he hasn't heard back on any student applications or any granting. So that's one of the things, the other thing that we're going to try to do is get some help putting up the tents.
Well, I think for us too, one of the biggest things, we unfortunately didn't get a chance to attend the 250th meeting on the Kent's group, is signage is going to be an issue too, that we'd like to resolve that because we're hoping for some marketing dollars for that, because the signs we had were not, they could have been done better and they could have had more visibility within the town, because, you know, festivals there, we want to have it quite large and, you know, push it through and everything. I noticed too, CIBC, you know, for advertising, they're advertising in an Indian event in Toronto that's being advertised here in Yarmouth. So it'd be nice that we could reverse that.
Yeah.
And now I heard that.
What's it called?
Bollywood, they're doing the Indian
Yeah.
Film Festival. Actually, we're gonna attend it in June
Where's that, Toronto?
in Toronto,
I
so.
think we all should go.
I was
Spend
actually,
your money here, for God's sake.
Thank you, John.
so I was actually at Halifax on the weekend attending, it's a Vaisakhi festival, it's our new year, or beginning of spring, and they did a cultural show actually with the Greek church. And I spoke to everyone there as far as coming to Yarmouth to attend their festival, and they will all come, so there's some performers that are gonna come and everything. So we've got a lot of visibility, and they actually already knew about our festival, so which was really good. I'm pushing it through our community in Halifax, but we do need the funds as far as, you know, any kind of assistance in kind or the tent being the big thing. Our marketing dollars are gonna be very important too, because we are teaming up with the Mariner Center with that too. But signage through 250 is, as long as we have all the marketing costs covered under that, and immigration for the ceremony, which I know that we're
Yeah.
still waiting to hear back.
Haven't heard from Doug yet, have
Haven't heard from
we? Doug Wise.
The immigration
No,
ceremony?
nothing. You can see my email,
Yeah,
so
he was so responsive.
yeah, we'll have to send a more,
We may have a problem having it that weekend. He told me that they tried, but he couldn't promise to do it on a weekend, so.
I'm hoping that they'll comply to do it with us, because then it'll be an ongoing thing, and
Well,
it'll
we
be part of
threw
our.
a judge.
Pardon?
we gave him a judge.
Yeah.
Judge is easy, it's just a matter of staff, I think it's me.
Well, I'm just wondering if that's something, if he wants to do, is that something we can get involved to do, like as far as staffing it, if there's something that we could be part of the ceremony instead of just being a part, but not being actively involved?
The last one we did, or the last one I did, it was one staff member that comes down with the packages. And the packages are there, the judge does the swearing in. And then after that, they pass the packages over to the new citizens, and that's basically it. And then they do the oath of affirmation. We affirm your citizenship, which is kind of nice. And that's it. And it's people who want to affirm, let us know in advance, and their names are put on certificates and everything, and they're presented there. So just a staff person. And I know in our early conversation that we had, John, that was his only concern, was he had two concerns, a staff person and a judge. And we said, well, we think we can get the judge. And we're looking at getting Greg Warner.
Yes.
He's in the area anyway during the
Great.
summer.
Yep.
And he's a Supreme Court judge at Kentville, so
Yeah.
we haven't asked him, but, if we set this thing up, then we can maybe ask Greg.
Well, if we can get them to be part of our, through the Tri-County Multicultural Association, be part of the ceremonies on a regular basis, it would also help our funding when we're going for grants and everything, because it'll make it much more stronger application that it's, our whole point of this is to educate the public, and the more education we're doing, but we can actually now prove we've got immigration as part of this, we've got this as another part, so that's why we're going on that avenue.
I will continue to hunt him down. John, do you need more contact information on him?
I got a phone number.
Yeah, send it to me, will you? I'm gonna flip.
You remind me because I
No, I'm gonna send you an email in a few minutes.
John's working
And
on it.
I'm gonna CC you the info to Doug, and we can send that.
Okay.
Deputy Mayor.
I just wanted to ask, how do you guys, Multicultural Festival Committee make up with, Knights of Columbus, everybody around that helped out was.
We're actually got a very open dialogue, and to be quite honest, our group is a small group, what is it, 5 or 6 of us? And we work really well together, there's no arguments, there's no full discussion, and we all have tasks. John's been really good at sending out our minutes, and making sure that everyone is assigned duties, and we have to get them done, because we're on a very tight deadline right now, because we're already into April, and July is our festival, and it's not very far away, and we need like hundreds of volunteers to help out, because that's the only way we're gonna make it successful, is to have everybody help out. But we've been very fortunate. Our group has been doing very, very well. We've got good response from the community.
Yeah, we get good cooperation
Yeah.
from everybody. Like the
So-
next month. I know this year they have a wedding, so the kitchen's totally open on the 10th of that, so.
Right, and they've posed some interest in doing the alcohol, do a beer tent or something too, so
They're looking
I
at
think
doing it.
they were very good. They wanted us, I think, to speak to Lions Club first, Legion first, and then go back to them. So we're trying to make sure that everybody, we're not stepping on anybody's toes or anything, but get as much involvement as possible from everyone too.
Well, I hope you do well this year, I hope you do very well. I
Well, you know
there's
what,
a lot of work you do.
If to actually Empire Theaters, because I do a lot of media for the Multicultural group, and I spoke to Paul Surratt there. It'd be nice to house some films, international films at Empire Theaters, and he was all for it. So I've already written a letter to Empire Theaters. So if we could get this going for a whole week, then it becomes a weekly, like a whole week out of the year to do this. And then we could probably get more visibility from other areas to come on board. Because I know some of the other tri-county areas, as far as our contributions have been a little bit lower, which we understand why. But this might help to evoke them to participate a little bit more too.
Well, I know you've had a few little disadvantages and some hurdles, but I know you've
We
done
seem
well.
to have
Thank you very
a lot of
much.
obstacles,
Yeah.
but we seem to get through them.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
we've been very fortunate. We do appreciate your support. You know, as a council, every year you supported us 110%. We sincerely appreciate it.
If you guys hadn't helped us with that electrical business last year, we would have been digging into our pockets.
Well, the thing of it is as being volunteer of the year, John, we were thinking that maybe just where you're getting paid now, we should probably take.
Yeah, we're getting back.
Exactly.
I don't think John's gonna be beating, I don't think you're gonna be in the Millionaires Club, are you, John, or something?
We're trying to maintain this festival downtown, and we certainly, I know the Learner Center has been trying to get us to come up there, the ARC has too, but we're trying to maintain it downtown because we feel its visibility is much better there. Here, so I should say, and also, I think it
Gives it that festival
it's a
feel
festival
too.
feel, right?
Yeah.
We don't want to do it like a trade show or anything.
No.
Anything we can do, we try.
Councilor Ken?
Your wine thingy on Friday night,
Yes.
maybe get a venue for that, picked out yet?
We haven't finalized it as of yet. We are looking at the local vineyards that are around that are going to be probably supporting us.
Just to throw it out to you, we're doing a similar function on May the 6th, and looking around the committee from the art gallery from Nova Scotia, looks,
Yeah, we-
is a really good venue for size and volume versus the museum, we have it at around 55.
I think we're more or less thinking more along the lines of like our local bed and breakfasts around that have a liquor license that can house, I mean, it gives business to them.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the things that's happening here in tourism, so I think we're looking at venues like that, so we can go and do a walking tour towards to each one and then help out with the community as much as possible and we get more involved in that way. So that's, I think we're thinking along those lines. I know we did speak to our art gallery, Angela Collier, and one of the issues that did come up was what kind of wine can be served, right? We can't do red, and if there is an exhibit on site, then that limits us for the number of people getting it. So that's a coordination they were working with, but we'd love to hook up with the art gallery because the venue is very sophisticated there, and it would actually add a lot to the whole ambiance for this.
Right on.
Thank you, well done.
Thank you, Gene.
Okay.
Thank you, John. And if I hear anything else, or we hear anything about the tents, to the Development Authority, or myself to the Industrial Commission, we'll let you know.
Yeah, because we need to know what's,
Yeah.
we need to push, but we need to know, because we've been in this predicament.
I'm doing the thing right now, no news is good news.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing, that's the theory I'm working on right now.
Hold the wolf from the doors.
Yeah,
No questions about the treatment budget.
I think we're good. Thank you, John. Thank you.
Anytime.
Checks in the mail.
Yeah, sure, whatever.